ya? Good, thanks.
I did get a visa today, John.
You did?
Yeah.
Whoa, look at all the dignitaries.
Put your arm out.
Cop out.
Well,
Hey, Johnny.
hello, Mrs. O'Connor.
This is the second, this is my third ribbon cutting of the week. This is John's second. Last night we were at the McDonald's.
McDonald's. You missed it. It is incredible.
Well, you really are braggers about your second
Yeah.
ribbon cutting.
Oh,
This is my third.
She's bragging.
Souvenir?
You see, I wanted to go, but the town clerk wouldn't let me out.
The thing is about McDonald's though, you gotta go in because they have, it doesn't look like a McDonald's.
It
If you
really
walked in,
doesn't.
you wouldn't know
Is
it was
the
McDonald's.
menu different?
No, it's still awful, but then look at
But
it.
they have these, you can,
It's an awful good.
But it's an awful good.
yes,
Yeah.
they have, you can self-serve, you don't have to go to the counter anymore.
Oh my God, you're not filming this, are you?
You can punch in what you want.
$50, I'll edit
You
it.
can take a number and go through.
Mr. Cabot, how are you, sir?
That's
Long
really
time
scary.
coming here, huh? That's okay.
There'll always be something.
How about the bridge over to Hinsdale? You should get on that.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello?
Wow, I didn't see it.
Ready to sell ribbon cutting, but also button pushing.
I know, I think the buttons are already open.
We're gonna hear it. We're never gonna hear the end of this button, the O'Connor button. God.
That's so many times.
Just a.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Just get to walk right in?
You guys don't have to pull open anything?
Sure.
I said, oh, this is my third ribbon cutting of the week, the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing what a couple $1 million will get you, huh?
We're on the on switch for real.
He is.
All I had to do a quick Where's your friend? You got a little scenery in for the day then, right?
How do you feel? Your voice not feels you're such a home in the islands.
Do you know John Allen? Do you know John Allen? Wait a minute, right? In true story there.
And the last person got a full-time job as stepping to the teacher. Now she's
Let's say you're all looking good. You're welcome. How are you? Nice to see you. How are you? Yeah, I figured we had the talk with you.
All right, if everybody could come over a little closer, please. Gather around here and celebrate the police. Great. Thank you, everyone, for coming out this afternoon to celebrate the opening of Brattleboro's new police station. For those of you who are going to spend the next few minutes in the sun, I have two things to say. One is we're going to have a brief ceremony. You won't have to be out there for too long. Then we're going to go inside. Same wavelength. Then we're going to go inside and we're going to enjoy the next few hours seeing just what the investment of the community has brought, which is just a wonderful, modern, fully ready police station that's going to be exciting, I think, for all of you to see. And we're all very excited about getting on and work inside. So a few things we want to thank people for. And yes, John, point number 2 was we were worried about the weather. We thought actually we wouldn't be able to be out here. We thought it was going to rain. We'd be inside, but instead we're able to spend a few minutes out here to celebrate. So I'm Peter Elwell, I'm your town manager, and it's my pleasure to begin the ceremony this afternoon by introducing our Select Board Chair, Kate O'Connor.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone, and thanks for coming today. And I want to extend my thanks on behalf of the current Select Board, and we've got John Allen and Brandy Starr are here. And from the prior Select Board, Donna McCumber is here somewhere, and the chair before me, Dave Gartenstein, is here. And this project has been generations in the making, and I mean that literally. And Peter and I are the current Elwell O'Connor generations, but there was another O'Connor Elwell generation that started this a long time ago. And I won't say how long that was because it dates all of us, but let's just know we're lucky that we're here today. The community came together on this. It did take us a little time, but this facility, I think, is a reflection of the desire of this community to provide the people who keep us safe every day with a safe and workable environment. And this morning I had to call the police for something, and it occurred to me when I hung up that most people, their interactions with the police are either doing something wrong, they're coming here, not because they want to come here, but they're being told to come here, or when you're in a time of distress. But the police do everything in between, and I think we all spend our days just going along and not remembering that there's a lot that goes on in our town that the police are front and center on and that we don't see. So I would ask, I want to say thank you to all of you. And if you see a police officer on the street, and even if you don't have any reason to go up and talk to them, I would urge you to go up and say thank you, because they've probably either come from something or about to head into something that might not be thanks for coming. Thanks for the taxpayers of the town of Brattleboro who said yes to this facility. We wouldn't have it without that, and again, thank you to all the men and women of the police department for to every single one, because we all appreciate it.
So I want to echo that thanks to the current and prior select board members who led this final phase of the effort to make this a reality, and to the community and the representative town meeting who voted in favor of getting on with this project and the two related fire projects that together are our police and fire facilities project. Really an important investment in the next generation and beyond for our community. And the group of people who were the eyes and ears of the community directly involved in the details of that, in the preparation for this project and the execution of it, have been the Police Fire Facilities Building Committee. We have several members here today, including our co-chairs. We have Steve Phillips, we have Robin Sweetapple, John Allen represented the select board on that committee, Rhonda Calhoun, Phil Chapman is here, Kathy Dowd, Dave Emery I saw earlier, and Prudence McKinney. All have continued service through. We've got a couple of more details to address together. And we had two prior participants in this representing the community. On the original committee, did a lot of work on this years ago, Tony Farnham, and more recently Eli Gould during the period of time when the plans were being reviewed. Eli added a lot of value in helping us make sure that we got the details right. So would you join me in a round of applause, please, for the work that they've done? Town staff members who have been integrally involved in this project include, of course, Chief Fitzgerald, Police Captain Mark Kerrigan, Lead Dispatcher Wayne Stiers. From the fire department, we've had a lot of assistance in this on the details of the safety aspects and the wiring from Assistant Chief Len Howard and Fire Alarm Superintendent Joe Newton. Public Works Director Steve Barrett helped us get the utilities right, and there were a couple of significant challenges in that, but we got it. Planning Services Department, Rod Francis, Sue Fillion, and Brian Bannon all contributed to make sure that we followed the rules and still accomplished out here what we needed to create a functional police facility both for the department and for the community. Finance Director John O'Connor watched the money, and Assistant Town Manager Patrick Moreland has been involved in a little bit of everything, making sure that we got to this point and could celebrate this day together. And our contractual project team, led by Owner's Project Manager Steve Horton. Just a minute ago. Thank you, Steve. Steve has not only carried the load of making sure that all the construction-related details get done just so, been that sort of point in the hourglass where all the rest of us are the town being served by this project, and then he's the guy who's our contact into all the professionals that are getting the work done to build it just right. Steve has done that not only to make sure that things got done according to plan, but that every time something interesting happened, that it got resolved in the most cost-effective way. He's been a real watchdog for us in terms of making sure we bring these projects in on budget. Thank you, Steve, for that. The design for this great building you're going to see inside was drawn and then overseen by the team from New England Collaborative Architects, Ray Giolito, Orrin Mills, John Scheid, and Justin Tebow. They're all here with us today. And who built it? DEW Construction Corporation and its team of subcontractors, led by DEW's team, project manager Mike Farm, project engineer Colby Luopa, and project superintendent Jim Maloney. So we have them to thank for the day-to-day hands-on work that created this for us in our community. With that, I'm going to step aside. Kate and the chief are going to cut a ribbon.
I'll orchestrate.
This better work.
Sure, he does it right.
We're going to do the bell.
I get to push the button.
Please.
There's a story behind the button.
Ready?
We did.
Let's go inside and celebrate.
Susie and I, we're sharing at the, did you know the ambulance? We have heard it all from and in the one this thing that I have, I keep it What's your name is you know how they put the birds in the Do you have that in your own? Hey Russ, how are you? Your name is in it. It's the Here it is. I look at it and I go,
I found it to be
More the rest.
We're going to kind of juggle depending on what else is happening. If you need something badly, we'll negotiate it out. I'm easy. Oh, of course. Besides, there's something I always appreciate.
Definitely.
I could actually get my father's D214. Both of my parents were World War II veterans. My mother and her two sisters all were listening on the same day. They wanted to leave the dairy farm.
Yeah, there you go. We got one more to go. We'll have to wear our parkas.
Excuse me, sir. How did you?
Because your parents would be in the
Yeah. I don't know,
if my parents were in the, my father especially, if you were in World War II, they would still need to register separately. But when I came here for the party tour last Thursday, yeah, I did. I checked the automatic opening door. Is that door open automatically? You got it on the It lists it all on 214.
Big deal.
It was only a small shirt.
And it's way more comfortable than it used to be.
Hopefully there's cameras at the
I just saw the dogs.
Oh yeah. I was 7 years old. I was like, I'm so
Well, you know what, by now, yeah, we may not have known then.
Either that or she lived in
I don't use them because the bend would get
last summer.
Oh, yeah. They'll probably be back this coming week.
Thank you, yeah. But with the bells full, there's not with our.
You going in?
Yeah. And then state attorney's office. And he also did some work with Cassandra. Prevention Coalition. Yeah. So lots of different perspectives.
Hi, kids.
Trying to keep folks knitted together. Yeah.
How you doing, man? Good.
How's it going?
Good. How about you?
You done with Burlington?
No.
Yeah, I know.
Still up there.
They let you out today though? So different. Standing on five steps up.
How are you?
Welcome to San Juan.
He's good at it. He smiles and his lips are he's good.
He's always been kind of on the quiet side. Watch out for
Yeah. He's peeking now.
Please, go see it. It's great.
Don't touch the new paint.
Have you been all the way back?
See the guy over the fire department.
For the switch on Wednesday. Monday, there's still some IT stuff that's not making it work. It's got to be perfect day one. So it might be Wednesday or Thursday. Definitely in
I expected you to be in the corridor writing things down while everybody's.
Well, no, I put the list on. I only got so far.
So I'm not going to keep going.
I was noticing that.
Ready?
Oh, you're handcuffed. That's cool. What's your name? Good to see you. Weston. Weston. You have a very good country store up the road. I like that.
How many dispatches?
He's on the console 2 days a week, and then 2 days a week he does the administration.
On radio, on our phone, and then we'll start an incident here, and then once someone's dispatched to it. So right now we have 3 ambulance calls going on. One's a transfer, one's a medical, and the other is a transfer for Grace Cottage to check. So we keep track of all of that stuff for rescue, fire, and ambulance. So right now there's 2 incidents that are pending. One's found property at McDonald's. Somebody went to try to drive through and left. And then citizen dispute.
Down that way is the rest of the
Could be anything from the
control room,
stuff on my lawn to.
detective division, all that stuff. And then we're actually the chief's office, they're down on the right in front of the first.
This is our same system. The radio system is what's different. Okay. So the radio system used to be this big console with a lot of buttons. Now it's streamlined to just one computer. And then eventually we're gonna have touch screen. So I'll be able just to touch and select the frequency and go from there. I know. I do! It's very exciting. Maybe I'll see you now. G-Link is hooked up, but I didn't bring it up because you can't look, so. Yay, B, you're next door to me finally. I know.
She'll get some shade.
I'm glad you came up. I was thinking you would. Yeah. No,
Yeah, there's another, so I guess right now they're kind of moved up. They don't want to stay down.
Because they've never been.
Yeah.
Until a couple of years ago, no one had thrown anything away. We lost a bunch in the 80s and some that well, yeah, did that too.
It was the same way when I worked at BSNL, because I think nobody clearly knew the retention policy, so everybody just saved everything.
We saved it forever, right? And now we know.
Now we know, there's a policy.
That you need to keep things for 7 years, and there are some things that you got to keep forever.
There are, yeah.
But not so many. Not everything. Not everything. I got real wood furniture, and I love it. I've left the mover things on it because I'm still not quite sure, you know, how close I want these together and that kind of thing. So for a little while, they're going to stay mobile. But
As a records clerk, you have to take what comes from an officer and then print it up, or?
well, the records clerks live over there, and
Okay.
what they do is one of them is primarily to prepare the cases for the state's attorney. The officers bring them the paperwork, and there's data entry and papers that have to be compiled to put, that would probably take your name, but he would have the names of anybody involved. They go to the house where the noise is coming from, and they would explain, you know, hey, we've had a complaint. They take down all those names. Those get written up, but then they have to get entered into the computer. So the next time Joe Noisy Neighbor has a complaint, they can look and say, oh, well, you know what, he had one earlier this week too, and we told him if we had to come back again, there was going to be a citation. So that's what that one's primary job is, to make sure that all of that information is in the computer so the computer can make the connections between the people. My job is a little bit different, a little bit difficult to explain, really. I process the payroll, I pay the bills, I act as the chief secretary when that arises, although he does a lot of his own letter writing. Research, if people call up and want to know how many accidents have happened at a particular intersection, that's one of those things that I would take care of too. So, I love the job.
How long have you been here?
It'll be 19 years in November.
Oh, wonderful. That is wonderful.
Yep. Hi.
What's your name?
Oh, Ginny Yeager.
Oh, Ginny, hi.
Hi.
Brattleboro Community Television.
I see that.
You've just been historically preserved here.
Oh, I see red light. I thought it was green light that historically preserved you.
Thank you.
This is beautiful.
It is.
Yeah.
They did a really, really good job.
You like it? See the ladies?
Couldn't ask for
Great. Because I'm guessing there are lockers in here too, of course.
I want to be 100% operational out here by Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's happened fast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we wanted to have the open house prior because that way everybody can go freely. Exactly. So even now, I mean, there's obviously certain areas you can't go, like evidence and where we keep our weapons and stuff. But other than that, I wanted to make sure there's no one in the cell block area and you can see everything. So I'd venture to say late next week will probably be the latest, and then we'll be 100% operational.
It must feel so different.
If it's, the way it's laid out, I think the workflow and the productivity is going to be so much better because, like, up there you have dispatch, that's their pod. Then you have the administrator, then you have command. On this side of the wall is all like common areas, gyms, wall lockers, break room. But you have patrol and everything they need is right in there. They're adjacent to the cell phone. You have detectives, so they all, so it's like when you lay out a kitchen, you have your stove, refrigerator, and your
Right,
sink.
you want it to
You know,
be
you want that
efficient,
triangle effect, and that's how that is right there. So they're not walking all the way across the hall, downstairs to get what they need. They're literally going from that door to that door. You know, and everything is being downloaded. All our like closed circuit TVs, cruiser video, everything that they need media-wise is at one central location. Where at the municipal building, it was 3 different, you know. And that made it hard when you're preparing the case to stop. You know how when you get that flow going, you just gotta stop and walk over and do something. And of course, sure you do, because people are gonna talk to you about stuff and really, sure.
I'm checking out the
So
lockers to see where they are.
Where's the gym? That's what I'd like to know. Where's the gym?
I'll give you a tour.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
That's great.
Have you seen the locker rooms yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay. You remember downstairs in the basement?
Yeah.
How it was?
Oh, yeah.
So this is one part.
Oh, this is great.
This is basically the gym area where they would work out. So we took that area and put it here. And let's go look at the locker rooms, because if you remembered how they had to put their, their uniforms, and after they work out, locker rooms right around the corner.
Hello, can I ask you yes. Will the dispatchers always have the information for the radio?
No. The IT room, you mean?
Yes.
No.
Okay. If Rescue's radio dies, how do I like it?
Certain people will, but not every single one.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll have a master code that will be available, but they won't have it like on their key or anything like that.
Perfect.
Okay?
All right.
Back to the same school she's been going to get this familiarity. Sarah's in a total.
Now, remember, the women just had a wall locker that was turned in? Here's the female lockers.
The closed door is the captain's office. The captain has been in,
They have their own, which is fantastic. And then, sorry.
all right.
Okay, see you later.
Here's the male.
Yeah, I want one of these.
Identical equipment. That place you can shower and not have to get dirty after you get out of the shower. There's two areas that they, patrolmen. Wait.
Do take a look at the locker rooms. They're both open.
Okay. Because when my kids play soccer, so it's
That's the office manager's office.
Mike, how are you? Well, before, let me give you a little background, like on the, when we were at the municipal building.
Yeah.
Okay, the office manager was across the hall. So, and my captain was across the hall.
Yeah.
So whenever I needed to talk to my office manager or my captain, I literally had to go through the building and then go across the hall, and then the other side of the building is where they were. That's really not conducive to a really good workflow. When you're head of all your administrative, and then the chief and the assistant chief are separated by that much space. Okay, so Greg, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
So here what we have is the flow. This is like the command area. So this is where the office manager will be. Okay, so she's right here. Yep, this is Jenny's office. And then we have a conference room.
Oh, very nice.
And then we have the captain's office. And you have my office.
Ah, yes.
So the workflow here is like, we have work tables, conference, so we can get up and, instead of, trying to find each other, we're all right here. The communication, the workflow, it's fantastic. I'm excited to see the improvement in this area.
Like I heard you say, it's a great design, like a kitchen.
Yep.
So this is your office?
This is my office.
Anything of memorabilia that you want to point out?
A lot of stuff we took. That police sign was from the building when it was on, down on Main Street. So from back in the 40s and 50s.
There it is.
And we took that, and when they moved to the municipal building, they took it to the municipal building.
It's been traveling.
And since we left the municipal building, I decided it absolutely needed a home up here.
Absolutely.
So that's real. And then, of course, below that is the police memorial down in DC. And there's the lineage of all the chiefs.
Yes, I'm glad that's also come here. Oh, thank you, Chief.
Yeah, so I have 12 chiefs looking over my shoulder.
Well, I'm sure you're doing a good job.
Well, thank you. You're gonna make sure, that the standards are high.
Well, it's a brand spanking new building, and I'm happy that we've paid the bill.
I can't thank the community enough to realizing how important this is. Something easy.
I went there first.
We're pretty good.
This is the squad room for all the patrol officers. So each patrol officer has a desk,
that they can keep all their open cases at. And then here will be 4 computer stations that they're able to do all their casework at when they prepare cases for court, things like that.
Yeah. It's a beautiful room.
Yes, it is.
It's gonna get busy, I hope.
Yes. It will be. It'll be busy. Yeah.
Oh, swing around. Look at their workstations. Oh, boy.
Why is it so big?
It allows for Brattleboro to become a bigger community, needing all these tables.
Yeah, I'm already.
What is this room, sir?
So this is our new roll call room. It's a big improvement on our old roll call room. As you can see, it's kind of got a classroom feel or air to it. Old place. It's a little bit more like a conference room. Wasn't great for trainings or hosting a larger contingent of people. It's a little bit more kind of thrown together. It worked reasonably well. It functioned. What it did, this is a significant improvement, and I think will improve the efficiency with which we communicate information to oncoming shifts just on a daily basis, and also I expect this to be incredibly useful for trainings, both for new subjects and for continuing certifications in all of the various subjects that we're supposed to remain educated about all the time.
I see there's a big television screen
A
out
big
there.
monitor up here. This is not a television, this is a monitor. There will not be television played on that. A lot of PowerPoints, a lot of what we call death by PowerPoint, which is just someone's presentation notes written on a PowerPoint, and you can read them while they read them. And yeah, I'm sure educational video and that sort of thing will go up there as well.
Yeah, I'll help with the
Trainings.
training.
Yeah, training, roll call, and just all sorts of information passed on. Goes on.
Actually, I don't work like you do, I work security, but it's all your badges, there's a municipal building. Yeah, I see that, that's what I like on it, yeah, the thing about the town, and on your badge too, it's got the thing, if you go to mass or whatever, it's like a generic. Yeah. My mom's still, my mom's still down there. Right, go see it. Take care. I told them they brought me the Hamilton. Oh, what do you got here? Like a, supposed to be a break, but then it's a break. Hi there.
Hello, how are you?
Lady, I see on email.
You must have missed something. This is my wife.
Oh!
She's not just barking.
This is the processing room. The processing room.
Processing.
Yep, processing and jails. And then out there is going to be the Sally Port.
I see.
Yep.
The Sally Port. Why do they call it a Sally Port?
I have no idea.
Trivia question. There's got to be some history.
I'll get an answer. Why was it on Nice job.
Have a good day.
She's going home with you.
That's why I've never been here, so we
Yeah, every time I come down, I appreciate it. We saw it in the paper.
We don't even spend time with asbestos and concrete dust. We're actually, the guys that are stationed out there right now are staying there in more court.
I gotta get them booked first.
Test out the car. Have a seat.
Yeah,
Come on.
you got your bathroom, you got your potty, and sink.
All the comforts of home.
So when you first went on the line, you saw the window with the metal circle thing on it?
Right there.
She's the first one. First one.
I got the first one.
Yep, she's first one.
The one with all the family.
Yes.
For my kids.
Yeah, so I work with
Yeah, I always saw that. You could be there with, what's his name, Bob?
This we're calling this the whole picture, that's where we're all lined up. So over here, then we have the over there. Eric in the back corner, he's got a satellite office because he does most of our internet job crimes, so he's off there kind of doing a lot of what he does on that side of things. And then I have back over here the supervisor's office.
Oh, you have a nice
That's the
way.
Lieutenant Evans' office there.
I couldn't see you. You couldn't? No.
Is that your office? Yeah, it was funny. He originally said that we get to pick where we want to be by seniority, but he was the last one here, so he's like, except my office, I get to keep that. So, yeah, we almost had him in that one, but he figured it out too quick.
It's pretty nice though, you get those stand-up.
Yeah, those are relatively new since, I think the clerks are getting it too recently, or soon, I should say. But because a lot of us sit on our desks a lot, the entire desk is going to be too expensive to get an entire desk with all like the weight of the computers and stuff to be able to lift up. So those are a nice addition, I guess, or change. So let's see back in here. This is going to be more or less kind of when you get like when we seize mobile devices like cell phones and tablets and stuff like that, our computer's going to be here to do the forensic downloads. So we'll be able to process that data in here, and that's what it's going to do. So we have like a ton of plugs here, so we can have a bunch of different computer stuff plugged in. This is just storage.
Did you guys do all this before? But you just didn't have the space to.
Yeah, before this, the function that this room is serving was done in our server room. Because of the computers and stuff, it had its own lock so that nobody else can get in there and mess with the equipment that's in here and all the evidence that's in there, and also the air conditioning for the servers kind of kept the machines cooler. So yeah, everything that we're doing now we could do before. We haven't added any functionality. It's just we've actually been spread out now, so we're not tripping over ourselves, and we have room to move, room to store what we're keeping, and
dedicated space. Yeah.
Exactly. And we'll just jump across the hall.
These are all, these ladies need a little, as to what these rooms are.
Sure. Well, I'll start on this one because I'm heading right over there now. This is kind of like I'll say like a utility evidence processing type of room. Like the paper roll over there. Sometimes we'll roll it out and do some like field testing on drugs. This is a fuming chamber. So basically it'll fill up with gas. It's kind of like Elmer's glue. So if I want to pull a fingerprint from like a fire extinguisher or gun or something like that, it'll actually solidify the print so that I can try multiple times if I don't get it right the first time. Without doing that, trying to lift the print will just kind of destroy it the first time after you put all the dust and stuff on it, and you won't be able to really pull the good one after that. So that at least hardens it so you can do that multiple times. So we'll be able to kind of process some of that stuff in here if we need to. If we can't do it
It was great to see you. Oh, I guess we didn't see the laboratory.
Oh, for video supply. Yeah, it's together with all the Evidence on the other side of that, so we had to lock it. And then just show you straight across here, if we see like a cell phone or a tablet or something like that, all the digital evidence on a device that we take, we're gonna have our computers and machines in there to do the forensic download on that, to secure all the data from those, and that's gonna be secured and locked in there, so that we have, because that's evidence. So we actually have a camera up in there watching these areas because we could have evidence in these rooms. So we gotta keep the chain of custody for that. I'm open to. Well, I don't work weekends, so I certainly don't work on a weekend. Maybe when I get back here Monday.
Yeah, I noticed, there's nothing. New York City. New York City?
What
No,
year?
Portchester, New York.
Portchester.
Yeah,
Oh, what year was that, sir?
in the 1940s.
1940s.
Yeah.
I was just a twinkle in my old man's eye.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, I would go downtown and meet him, and when he was coming up his shift, he would take me to the ice cream store, Nielsen's ice cream store, buy me an ice cream and send me on my way. That's great.
Well, thank you, sir.
All right, they'll take Perkins, when they got there, so they have, see there's an outlet, so they can plug in. They have this, a safety box. That they can put their lock on it, and then hang up their thing. There's a lot of space here.
They put a lot of effort into it, checking these.
This is, yeah, because so they can plug in, say, their cell phones or something, I don't know. Looking to see if So these are automatic. But the women's are only like 5 cabinets for the women, but look at all for the men. Yeah, I take it that they don't have many.
We have the prisoners stay in ourselves. It's not a lot.
Good, how are you doing?
So this is pretty neat, huh?
Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah. Are you still at CNS?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, and with the sheriff's department.
Oh, how's that going?
Well, I just do backgrounds for them.
Oh, all right.
But CNS is going great.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was promised this building in 1976.
Yeah? Well,
Yeah.
just made it.
Good to see you.
You too.
Just a little late.
Okay.